A bold idea coming out of Quebec could completely change how and where we play golf. A team of Quebec entrepreneurs planning to build what would be the first fully indoor 4-dome golf course in Chicago, a massive project designed to let people play year-round, no matter the weather. And we are not talking about a simulator here. This would be a real course built inside connected domes, combining technology and design to recreate the outdoor experience indoors. I think I know a ton of Montreal golfers who would say, let's do that here as well. Let's meet the team behind it. Bertrand Quentin joins us, CEO and President of Megalodome, and Alain Desrochers is COO and Vice President of Megalodome Golf. I love the name, by the way. Bertrand, Alain, welcome to the program.
Hi.
Bertrand, great to talk to both of you here. Bertrand, why don't you start us off with how this all started, how you came up with the idea. Take us through the genesis of Megalodome Golf.
Yes, it was 7 years ago, my friend Elias. 7 years ago, one of my friends approached me to build a golf course in Dome, but it was only small par threes, So we went to see all the suppliers, the golf domes, and we found two of them who can build some larger domes. So we're going to build the largest dome ever built and do a golf course with par threes and par fours. The big thing is to use our driver inside, and we'll do it. So it was 7 years ago that I decided to evaluate. The name Megalodome Golf is my wife who found the name.
I love it. I just want to say it with a big megalodome. That's how I want to say it when I hear it. Okay, so, that just sounds easy. Okay, let's make a golf course in a dome. Poof. I'm sure it's much more complicated. Alain, take us through how you build a megalodome for golf.
We're going to do that in 4 big domes. 3 of them going to be used for the golf facility for the 9 holes, and because we're going to have par 3 and par 4 all inside, and the 4th one going to be a practice facility. So giant domes never ever built in North America. 900 feet long by 300 feet large and 110 feet high.
Mm-hmm. And of course, climate is a big deal here. I'm sure this isn't necessary in some parts of the U.S. where they've got year-round nice weather. But I'm sure Quebecers are saying, wait a minute, we got 6 months. We got 6 months of winter in Quebec. Why are you starting this off? Bertrand, maybe you want to handle this one. Why are you starting off this idea in Chicago and not chez nous au Québec?
Well, Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, Calgary, it's all perfect city for this project. It's all about finding the land, and we want to build it in the largest market for the first project, Chicago, they got over 400 golf courses over there. So it's like the perfect market for a first one. But after that, New York, Montreal, Toronto will be great market too.
Why don't we talk, Alain, about how much this all costs? I mean, okay, 4 domes. Again, it sounds easy, but it must be much more difficult to put it into play. Let's talk about the investment and how you actually get this done.
Yes, we have an investment fund right now that we create to raise a 50 million US for
50 million.
Yeah.
50.
Yeah. 50. But the whole project, it's more than that. It's over 70 million, so US.
Can I ask you just a question here? Is it easier to find that money in the US than in Canada? And I ask because I'm kind of worried about the Canadian economy, and I see 2 Quebec entrepreneurs. And you make a good point, by the way, Bertrand, you made a great point. Listen, Chicago's a great market. They have so many golf courses. But I worry about, okay, we're going to have our greatest ideas, and they always go south of the border. So I just wonder, was it easier to find financing south of the border than north of the border?
It's not easier in US than in Canada. You have to find the right partner, So we're working with a big investor right now. Nothing is signed yet. It could be a great investor from Canada too, You see, for example, Rogers, they with the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Toronto Argonauts, I think, or something like that. We got some great investors too in Canada, but Chicago's a good market. There's a lot of investors over there, so for us, it's just a perfect place.
I wonder if either of you could, because we're on radio right now. Can you, either of you, take the question who wants it, who describe it for our listeners? Paint the picture with your words about what it will look like when you walk into your 4-dome complex.
I can answer. It's very, when you entry a big dome, it's always fascinating. Wow, it's big, it's cool. But they're all baby domes if we compare it for the ones we're going to make. And us would be a super golf course. Our golf architects are Oxam Golf Design from Montreal. They're well known, Darrell and Warren Oxam. They built a super golf course. It's like Scottsdale, Arizona. So it's like if you're in Scottsdale, you see those palm trees, cactuses. It's all undulated with ponds, waterfall. It will be Superman.
Okay.
Super.
So this is interesting, right? Because I think about the domes that I've been in here, like let's say to play soccer in a soccer league, or you see people that play football year round, that kind of stuff. And it's just, it's a plain dome, flat surface. What you're saying here is like there will be landscaping, water, the sand traps. It's going to be a really complex 3D environment like you'd find at a outdoor golf course. Is that fair to say?
Exactly that.
Alain, talk to me about building that environment indoors.
But it's a big thing to do. We have to work the land. We have to put the trees, make it not flat. You have to put more sand and more dirt to do hills inside and everything. You can even go deeper in the ground. And let's imagine if you want. Let's say you are in radio and. It's like one dome, you can fit about 5 football fields, 5.5 football fields in one. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be really huge,
And that's how you get a full 9 holes, like you said, like Bertrand, you said, you want to use your driver here. You don't want to just, do a little bit of a super duper mini putt. You want real golf here. Take me through timeline, either of you. What's the timeline for this to happen in Chicago and then expansion? How fast can you move here?
All depend on the financing. Right now, our objective is to get the financing done in 2026 and build the first dome, the practice facility, so we could start playing golf in the fall of 2027. That would be the perfect condition.
Can I ask you, is long term, would this be cheaper than for the user, for the golfer? Would it, because you're in a dome, controlled environment, would it be more affordable? Because sometimes people are saying, golf is getting really expensive to play. Could this be even be more affordable because of how it's done?
No, it cannot be more affordable. Mm-hmm. Come on. It's a big investment.
Yeah.
But it will be a fair price, Our assumption is that to play a 9-hole in perfect condition will be in the winter, will be about the same price that to play an 18-hole outdoor on a good course. That would be our assumption.
Gotcha. So the advantage here, right, is the year-round, being able to play. It's minus 25 in February, right. And you are in temperature. You feel like you're in Scottsdale. That's what you're paying for here.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly. And imagine in the summer at night, at 9 o'clock, we can go and play 9-hole. And at 11 o'clock, it's over. We take a beer and we go home. It's perfect too.
Alain, wrap us up here. Any final thoughts you want to share before I let you go? Anything we haven't mentioned?
But we can wait to open our first facilities and come to Montreal and do one. We have to find the right land to do it. That's it.
Well, I'll tell you something. I know there are a lot of golfers that would be lining up in December, January, February, March in order to play some good golf. Gentlemen, listen, I wish you good luck with your endeavors. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bertrand Quentin and Alain Desrochers behind the new project Megalodome Golf.
iHeartRadio is throwing it back.
2010s, the decade.
To the days of huge hits and unforgettable anthems. A non-stop stream of the biggest and best.
Drake, Rihanna, Beyonce, Katy, Gaga, The Weeknd,
and more. All your decade-defining favorites all in one place.
Hi, it's Katy Perry.
Hey, it's Bruno Mars.
This is Kesha.
Find 2010's The Decade on the free iHeartRadio app. Preset the station so it's always one tap away.